If your job offers an HFSA benefit and you're not using it, you are in fact throwing away hundreds of dollars every single year. And I'm going to show you how. If you're a new YouTuber and you're trying to save some money for things like gear, lighting, and some of the basic expenses that you want to get started, it's one of the most overlooked benefits that can actually help keep more income. In other words, more money in your pocket. In this video today, I'm going to explain what an HFSA is, how it works, and show you real numbers, how much you can save in taxes in simple, beginner-friendly terms. I've personally been using an HFSA for years through my employer, and honestly, most people completely ignore this benefit because they don't understand how powerful it actually is, especially during open enrollment when everything feels confusing and overwhelming. An HFSA stands for Health Flexible Spending Account. It's an employer-sponsored benefit that lets you set aside pre-tax dollars for medical expenses throughout the year. That means money's taken from your paycheck before taxes, which automatically reduces your taxable income. So you're not earning less money, you're just paying less in taxes. Now, if you're building a YouTube channel, especially later in life or as a beginner like me, saving money becomes even more important because those savings can go towards things like your microphones, lighting, tripods, editing tools, instead of unnecessarily losing money to taxes every year. During open enrollment, you choose how much to set aside for the year. My plan, for example, allows up to $3,300 a year. And here's the part that many people don't realize. You often get access to the full amount at the start of the year. Why do most people ignore this benefit? One, they don't understand it. I chose to do the same thing for years. They're afraid to lose the money. And open enrollment, it can feel overwhelming. What are some of the things you can use HFSA for? Your doctor's visits, the co-pays, your prescriptions, all your medications, dental, vision, braces, supports, and other wellness items like over-the-counter items like ibuprofen, Tylenol, even your Epsom salts. If you like Epsom salt baths, there you go. You just got some tax savings, even on just that. I want to talk about Amazon. You can use your HFSA card on Amazon. All you have to do before you put in your search is click that little button off to the side that says HFSA or HSA, FSA, and it'll show you products that you can use your HFSA card to buy right there on Amazon. So it's pretty cool. I do that often, all throughout the year. Now, let's get to the best part. These are the actual tax savings. I'm going to show you two different scenarios, $80,000 a year, or if you're a $130,000 a year income earner. And I'm going to show you both because they're going to put you into two different tax brackets. The tax bracket today I'm going to use is California based. For the $80,000 income earner, that puts you into a federal tax rate of 22% and probably around 8% California tax. The $130,000 income earner, that puts you in 24% federal and probably about 9.3%. I'm also going to talk about FICA because that's also a tax that you're not going to pay by directing money into your HFSA. Let's say that you put in $1,400 a year. That $1,400 a year for the lower income earner, remember the $80,000 earner, is going to save you about 37.65% a year. So how do you translate that to actual dollars? The $1,400 contribution is only going to cost you $873. That means your tax savings for the year is $527. Let's talk about the $130,000 earner. Overall, throughout the year, that same contribution of $1,400 is going to save you almost 41%. Why? Because it put you in a higher tax bracket because you earned so much more money. That same $1,400 only cost you $827. Now you saved even more. $173 was your tax savings for the year. Let's contribute more. Let's say you contribute annually for, let's do the $80,000 income earner first. So that $3,000 for the $80,000 income earner is going to cost you about $1,870. In other words, what was your tax savings? $1,130. It's still 37+% savings. Let's go to that $130,000 income earner. Well, that same $3,000 is only going to cost that earner $1,772 roughly. The tax savings is going to be $1,228. So think of it like this. The government is going to pay, and this is for the California earner, it's going to vary a little bit state to state, about 37 to almost 41% a year. Think about that. That's a really big savings throughout the year, and it reduces your taxable income. I really want to drive that home. Reduces your taxable income. I do want to let you know, however, that with most HFSA plans, it's going to be a use it or lose it, meaning if you don't use the contribution, for example, the $1,400 contribution that I explained, or the $3,000 contribution, if you have leftover at the year, depending on your employer, you might lose what you didn't use. But let me point out, you want to check your plan when you sign up for it. Mine allows the federal maximum rollover. Okay. For example, I put some money in. I didn't spend $660. My employer allows me to roll that money over. I didn't lose it. I get to capture it next year, and I still get to use that money. I wanted to make sure everybody's aware of that. If this helped you out and made you a little less afraid to try your HFSA, let me know in the comments or give me a thumbs up. If you have some questions, leave that in the comments and I'll try my best to answer. Saving money, it doesn't always have to require doing something really complicated. Sometimes it's just about using the benefits that you already have. If your workplace offers it and you're not using it, you're leaving money on the table every single year. Last year, I got several of my employees that I work with, not my employees, my coworkers rather, and I convinced them to use it after explaining what it was, because they were doing just like I was years prior and they weren't using it. So when open enrollment comes this year, hey, I plan on doing the same thing and trying to get more people on board to help them save some money, because this is one of those benefits that we just totally ignore if we really don't know what it is. Don't be afraid to use it. Get in there. See if you have an HFSA. If you have it, get on board, and I promise you, you are going to have money back in your pocket.